So hello folks, very happy to be here and welcome to this meditation session. And this will be the last morning for a while perhaps to being here at IRC, the Insight Retreat Center. And it's been nice to be here in this wonderful meditation hall. And some of you have been here and maybe some of you will be here one day. And I look forward to the chance to welcoming you here in this wonderful place. So, yesterday I discussed that one can use posture as a reference point for the state of mind. For the attitudes that we have get expressed in our posture. And so attending to posture and having a reference point of a upright posture can indicate when we lose that, and then we can look at why and what's happening inside. The other direction works as well, in a sense that we can assume certain postures, and that can be a reference point for the attitude, for the mind. Our minds can change to a certain degree by the postures we take. And so the image of the Buddha meditating, like we have here on the altar, is a wonderful example of a balanced posture that balances an attitude of confidence and calm. Confidence and trust, perhaps. And you might find it interesting to, when you meditate, to assume a posture of confidence. And maybe a posture that manifests a certain degree of strength. And which is not going to be energetic in a way that's tense, and which will also allow you to be calm. And I think that confidence sometimes is a underappreciated quality, and that more confidence can be available to us than we maybe can access through the mind. And one way is to do it physically. Physical posture of uprightness, and I suspect every posture there's possible to find a way of being that somehow feels like this holds my confidence or expresses confidence. And if I don't feel confident, sometimes the mind is influenced by the body. And so if the body takes a confident posture, maybe something begins shifting inside. So assuming, entering into a posture for meditation. And perhaps for today you can see if you can take a posture that expresses some physical strength or confidence. Maybe by opening up the chest a bit more. Ever so slightly bringing in the spine between the shoulder blades. That also opens up, expands the chest a little bit. Maybe your head can be a little bit more confident, maybe regal. Straightening out the neck. Maybe lifting the head up. When I first started doing meditation, the instructions were to imagine a string from the back top of the head, lifting the head up towards the ceiling. And then to gently, maybe confidently, close your eyes. And as if you are filling your body with strength or confidence on the inhale and relaxing on the exhale, take a few long, slow, deep breaths. Taking in some deeper breaths than usual. Almost as if you're claiming your right to be here and now. Maybe a kind of regal right or place. And then letting your breathing return to normal. And if you have brought in some confidence to your posture, does that have any influence on how you're aware of breathing and how you're aware of the experience of the body breathing? With a normal breath, breathing normally. On the inhale, gently filling yourself with some degree of confidence and strength. Confidence in the value of being present here and now. And on the exhale, relax, soften, holding tension in your body. As you exhale, perhaps letting anxiety melt away. And then simplifying yourself to settling into the rhythm of the body breathing. A breathing that comes with the support of a confident body. One of the words for confidence in the Pali language is pasada, which also means bright, kind of like luminously bright. Also means peaceful, serene, calm. And what kind of confidence, strong confidence, even unshakable confidence might you have that also has qualities of peacefulness and clarity as part of it? A peaceful confidence. And if you imagine yourself having some form of peaceful confidence, and that peaceful confidence was the channel for your love, for your care, for your goodwill for the world, what would your love be like? Radiating from such a confidence. May whatever confidence and strength we've developed through this practice, may it be supportive, may it be channeled and used for the welfare and happiness of others. May we live benefiting this world. May all beings be happy. May all beings inhabit their natural strength. May all beings be safe, partly as a outgrowth of their confidence. May all beings be peaceful, because they walk through the world confidently. And may all beings be free, confident in the value of non-clinging. May all beings be happy. So thank you. So today we're going to begin discussion of the third exercise in the Satipatthana Sutta, the discourse on the four foundations for mindfulness, for awareness. And one way of reading this text is that these first three exercises are kind of progressive, that one can lead to the other. And so the first one is meditation practice centered on breathing. And as we get focused, concentrated, settled here in our breathing, calm, settled, very present, we bring that calm presence with us into our activities. And the simplest way is to then also know our posture. As we stand, we know we're standing. As we walk, we know we're walking, and so forth. As if we can stay mindful and present, kind of inhabiting awareness as we go through, begin our activities after meditation, then there's other things, and we do things only half attention or quarter attention to the activity that we do. There's a delightful kind of calm presence for the activity, maybe in such a degree that it's actually enjoyable to just be there and feel and experience the simplicity of what we're doing. And that it's actually more enlivening, more rich, more beneficial than the alternative, wandering off in thought and concerns with the activities of the day. And we do our things better when we have that kind of presence and attention. So I'll read you the passage, the exercise. It's one of the longer ones, but a practitioner is one who acts in full awareness when going forward and returning, who when looking ahead and looking away, who acts in full awareness when flexing and extending the limbs, who acts in full awareness when wearing their robes and carrying their outer robe and bowl. This is referring to monastics, so it applies to us, but not with the same. Who acts in full awareness when eating, drinking, consuming food, and tasting. Who acts in full awareness when defecating and urinating. Who acts in full awareness when walking, standing, sitting, falling asleep, waking up, talking, and keeping silent. So these are all ordinary daily activities that many people do. And here it uses the word full awareness. The word is sampajana, and it's and exactly what it means. I love this translation where it says full awareness. I love I'm not completely sure what it means. I have a good sense from my own experience, but I just love the feeling of a fullness of awareness that as we go through our lives and what we do. The tradition understands it as being a fuller understanding of what we're doing. So as we, come out of meditation and start doing the activities we're doing, we're aware of more than just the activity itself. So if we're doing walking meditation, we're just settling in and doing walking, and that's all we're doing. But if we're walking to our kitchen, we know we're going to our kitchen as well. It's not just walking, there's also the knowing of going to the kitchen. If we're reaching for a cup to have tea, we know that we're reaching the cup in order to have tea, for the purpose of having tea. If we are, reaching for the faucet to put water in the tea kettle, we have a sense that we're doing this for a purpose, for both to have water come out, to fill the kettle, to make tea. because it's, thirsty and it's good to be hydrated. So there's starts to be in the immediacy. There's a number of things that are clear. The purpose of why we're doing it, the context in which we do things. We walk into some place, and we're going to walk through the room, but we know there are other people in the room. It's not just walking as if that's all that's going on. We take into account the context of the people. Maybe we walk around them rather than walking through them, or expect them to move. So this full awareness takes in much more. And so here we're beginning to use a little bit more of the intelligence of the mind. It's not we're not using our intelligence to fantasize about tomorrow, or get lost in fantasy and thoughts about something or other as we do it. As we reaching for the faucet, we know we're doing it. If someone asks us about it later, but we're not really present. There's not their full awareness of the activity and the context and the purpose. We are, already started thinking about, I don't know, can't wait for lunch, and I wonder what we should have for lunch, and we haven't even had breakfast. So here there's this exercise now is a call to bring our mindfulness into our daily activities, into all our activities. And I love it ends with both talking and remaining silent, and putting them both in the same level of importance, and to have a full awareness, to know when we're talking, to know why we're talking, to know the context for why we're talking, and the same for silence, to know why we're silent, the context for the purpose of silence, the context of it, the appropriateness of it. The tradition also says that this full awareness also means that one knows in what part of ourselves we stay grounded in as we do the activity. That we stay, explicitly it says, we stay connected to the 4 foundations for mindfulness. So sometimes we know we enter into the world of the activity very much with our bodies. Some of these activities are physical. Sometimes we're present for our mind states, the quality of our mind. Sometimes we're aware of the feeling tone. Sometimes the mental processes involved. So these are all kind of the exercises we'll be talking about as we go through this sutta. But it's to really practice mindfulness with all these different aspects of ourselves. Mindfulness that keeps us here, rooted in the present moment, grounded in the present, and capable of taking in this fuller context, purpose, values of what we're doing, the impact of what we're doing, the influence on what's happening, influence on us in what we're doing. So it's one thing to walk and be aware that we're walking. It's another thing to feel that we're walking in such a hurry that we're getting tense. And so full awareness would notice that tension. Or walking in a way that feels nourishing, that feels delightful and feels satisfying to walk. And then we walk with that satisfaction and feel that. And so the mindfulness, so one way of understanding this, it's mindfulness in activity. It's very common among English-speaking practitioners to refer to mindfulness in daily life, which is a great concept. However, it's very abstract. Daily life just means too much. For the Buddha, it was always kind of more concrete, more specific, something more tangible. And so here it's mindfulness in action, and to infuse our activity with awareness, with attention, and it isn't so much that we have to think actively about the context, think about the purpose, but it's a relaxed, open awareness that that's taken into account, that's seen, that's understood, that arises as well. It's a rich world. So the activities that I just read are generally pretty simple ones. Eating and defecating and urinating and extending your arm and doing these different activities. Falling asleep, waking up. You might, over this weekend, look for simple activities that you do that you can try to do or practice full awareness with, full understanding of what's happening there as you do it, and not searching and analyzing for that, but is there some way of being really present for the activity you're doing, that there's a clear knowing of the context, of the purpose, of the influence it has on you. And because you're so present for it, and your system is taking that in, is registering that and knowing that as part of the full picture of your present moment experience. Abiding in the present moment, calm and confident, available to take in the full picture of the fuller picture of what the activity is about and how it's going. So to choose a few activities through the day, maybe washing dishes or sweeping the floor or driving, or something simple that you can practice and experiment with this, so that this mindfulness awareness can begin growing and expanding and spreading into more of your life. So thank you very much, and I'll see you back at IMC on Monday.